Okay, anybody else thought that this movie was terrifying growing up? Baby, when my sister used to play this on the TV, I used to race out of the room. Like, Disney, you really made this for kids? For the children? Don't Look Under the Bed was about a teenage girl who lived with her family in a town called Middleburg. And her motto was everything has a logical explanation until strange things starts going on in town and she's getting framed for it all. For example, the school swimming pool was full of jello. Her biology teacher's car ends up getting egged. The town had a major blackout, and the only house with power was Frances' house. Mind you, all this is going on, and she keeps seeing this random guy watching her everywhere she goes. But she's like, he kind of fine, so I'm allowed to stalk him to continue. She finally confronts this dude, and he introduces himself as Larry Houdini. Now, Larry Houdini was an imaginary friend who was there in Middleburg to stop the boogeyman. Now, of course, Frances does not believe him, but then she soon realizes that nobody else can see Larry except her and a few kids from town. Now they decide to work on this whole boogeyman situation together, right? So they're at Francis's house and Darwin walks in. Darwin is Francis' little brother, right? Larry used to be Darwin's imaginary friend. Larry is so frustrated because he does not realize like why Darwin stopped believing in him. That's when Francis ass decides to tell him like, well, Darwin was battling leukemia and he needed to believe in his doctors, not some imaginary friend. Baby, when Larry heard that, he got pissed. Now, the rule is if a child stops believing in their imaginary friend too early, that imaginary friend turns into the boogeyman. And Larry, slowly but surely, is turning into one. So Larry starts making some type of concoction called boogie goo, which is like crack for boogeyman. And Darwin ends up stepping in it and going into Francis's room to play. Darwin gets kidnapped by the boogeyman and dragged under Francis's bed to a new dimension called Boogie World. Francis and Larry go down there to save him, but soon enough, Larry turns into a full-blown boogeyman. So now there's two of them. The original boogeyman is about to throw Darwin over a cliff until Francis says, you have to believe in Larry. You have to clap your hands. And Darwin did just that and started calling for Larry's help. That snapped Larry right out of it. So Larry and the boogeyman starts tussling, right? And I'm not gonna lie, Larry started getting his ass whooped. When it seemed like it was about to be the end of Larry, Francis started shouting, Zoe, Zoe. Who the hell is Zoe? Baby, turns out the boogeyman was Francis' imaginary friend named Zoe. She stopped believing in her when Darwin got sick as well because she felt like it was time for her to grow up. So anyways, Zoe ends up snapping out of it and her and Larry ends up going to a new town to fight a new boogie person. Like, follow, and comment for more content.